The Blue Moon of Kentucky kept on shining for 3 nights this weekend as all 3 of NASCAR's National Touring Series battled it out in some good old-fashioned rootin' tootin' rough and rowdy racing. Hello everybody, I'm Chuck Bush, this is Rearview Mirror, and Kim's off in Canada or something, so you're stuck with me again. So let's get right into the action. The NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series took to the track Thursday evening to kick off the weekend at Kentucky Speedway. Sheldon Creed led the first 35 laps in a relatively tame Stage 1, but Stage 2? Woo! We saw 4 caution flags, 3 of which involved multiple trucks. This led to several drivers having words like Brandon Jones and Grant Enfinger in the grass, or Natalie Decker and Spencer Boyd in the garage.
Enough. That's enough.
We here at Rearview Mirror would like to tip our caps to the winner of this race, Tyler Anker. The 18-year-old notched his first career Truck Series win in only his 12th start. He knew how to save fuel, but apparently he forgot how to breathe in the closing laps.
I think I held my breath for the last 30 laps there.
Okay, deep breath. Now, on to the Xfinity Series. Christopher Bell had the dominant machine when the sun was shining, but as the light began to fade, so did Bell's chances of winning. Cole Custer turned out the lights on the rest of the competition and cruised on home to earn his 5th NASCAR Xfinity Series win this season. Although you'd think after 5 wins, Cole would be able to master the victory lane climb out.
Oh no!
Now, we can all appreciate the Stone Cold reference, but we're gonna have to deduct points for not sticking the landing. Looks like he earned a 6.7 from the Russian judge. Hopefully his pommel horse work is better than his floor routine. I'd like to point out that since the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series started racing at Kentucky Speedway in 2011, only 4 drivers have won at this racetrack, and 3 of them were in the starting lineup Saturday night. Would that change? He said knowingly. Clearly, through my use of foreshadowing, you will have inferred that it does. But first, let's fire these engines and kick this pig. Take it away, Larry Mack.
Drivers, start your engines!
Clearly, he was fired up. On to the race. Daniel Suarez led the field to green and looked to be the class of the field early in the running, but a 4-tire pit stop when others gambled with no tires shuffled the 41 back in the pack. As Stage 1 came to a close, Kurt Busch, who missed out on a win in Daytona because he came down pit road too early, worked his way to the front and earned his first stage win of the season. But hold the phone. It looks like Kyle had a thing or two to say to his older brother as he took the Stage 2 victory. Busch once again looked like he was well on his way to earning a 3rd victory in the Bluegrass State. Battling Busch brothers has a nice ring to it. Keep that in mind. While Kurt and Kyle did have strong rides, so too did Joey Logano. The 22 had the lead with 6 to go when Bubba Wallace went for a spin in turn 2, setting up, dun dun dun, NASCAR overtime. Kurt and Kyle swapped some sheet metal, traded some paint, ruffled some feathers. Kyle seemed to get the edge. Kurt battled back, and as the checkers fell, Kurt Busch beat his brother to the line by .076 seconds, the closest margin of victory at a 1.5-mile track this season. It was also the first Cup Series win for crew chief Matt McCall and Chevy's first Kentucky win. And even though we now have a 5th Cup Series winner at Kentucky, there are still only 4 last names on the trophy because they're brothers. They kept it in the family. And Kurt did seem pretty excited afterwards.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
One other cool moment at the end of the night was Kurt giving his crew a ride to Victory Lane, a nod to Davey Allison's first win on the anniversary of the Alabama gang driver's death. Don't forget to tune in next week for another action-packed weekend when we head to the Granite State for a showdown on the Magic Mile. Kim will be back, I promise. And who knows, maybe I'll let her borrow my mustache for the next show.